Making the decision to join the NUN program and study my first semester abroad was not an easy one, but I went with my gut instinct and look where I ended up. The hardest part about my decision would be leaving Milton, my friends, and my family. After all, that's all I've ever known. But with one final push from my mother, I was on my way to Australia. My first week here was easier than I expected it to be. I got settled into my room and started to get a feel for the streets of Hawthorne. I was a regular at my favorite breakfast-faced crabapple within the month. Swinburne made the transition to college simple, with a campus that was almost impossible to get lost in. The biggest challenge I was going to face this semester was Big Dr. Dave and his arduous calculus quizzes. Some of the best parts of my semester were the excursions. The first excursion I was able to go on was to Healesville Sanctuary. I got to see an incredible bird show and of course Australia's two most famous animals, the kangaroo and the koala. My favorite excursion was the Great Ocean Road. I saw some of the most amazing views of the Australian coastline. I saw koalas up close and personal in the wild, and I was able to swim into a cave at Lockhart Gorge. The most incredible sight of the day, though, had to be the 12 Apostles. This is a sight I will surely never forget. Over my semester break, I was able to travel with two of my best friends to Bali, Indonesia. I spent some time on some of the world's most breathtaking beaches and laid by gorgeous pools. Yet aside from the relaxing resort life, this was a culturally transformative trip for me. I have always had an interest in Eastern religions and an even deeper desire to experience them, so my trip to Bali was the perfect opportunity to delve right in. I went to several temples and began to see the things I had read about in real life. This was spiritually eye-opening for me. My trip to Bali gave me memories that would last a lifetime, but I was definitely ready to get back to my second home in Melbourne. The NUN program provided me an opportunity to participate in service learning experiences. I volunteered at a walk in the park for Parkinson's Victoria to help raise awareness about Parkinson's. I also sold pins for Second Bite at the Melbourne Cup races. Second Bite redistributes food to Victorians in need. Through these two experiences, I have learned that a little work and giving up a Saturday afternoon can go a long way in a community. Apart from these two service learning experiences, I worked with FareShare, which also redistributes food to the hungry Victorians. I raised money for FareShare by organizing and running a dodgeball tournament. After the money was raised, our class went to the FareShare kitchen and made and packaged meals. Service learning has helped me transform my understanding of the hardships that others face, and has made me more sympathetic to those in need. I hope that I can bring these values back with me to Boston. I was fortunate enough to have both of my parents come visit me all the way in Australia. I was able to spend an extra special birthday weekend with them on the stunning Sunshine Coast. They both also came to Melbourne, and I introduced them to all my new friends. I had one of the best possible weekends ever in Sydney. Exploring a new city with all of my friends was nothing short of my expectation. Seeing the Opera House in real life was something I could finally check off my bucket list. It was refreshing to experience a new city in Australia. I felt as if I experienced a new culture in Sydney that I had never experienced in Melbourne. As my time here in Australia is coming to an end, I catch myself wishing I could stay forever. But then I remember I'm going to the amazing city of Boston in January, with some amazing memories and some incredible new friends. You might know it's true.